Biblionef's main function, which is the distribution of books in South Africa in all 11 languages to school kids.
I'm reading lots of children's stories again because I like it a lot, and I need to know what's going on in the market so that I can give the children the best books in South Africa.
We will still need some more and more and more Xitsonga books, because that's going to, I mean, in a literature, elements of culture, elements of personality, all these elements that we need in a language are there.
Other task is to instill or create a culture of reading, which never existed here. Obviously, if you don't have access to something, it makes it not very encouraging to pursue that.
You could read about happy books, all those fantasy, so they like cool you down and show you how beautiful the world is, instead of all the stress you're in.
Well, there's a criteria for those getting books. They must have no other access to books. They must not have access to funding, and they must not be close to a public library.
As you know, that mother tongue is important, and if you can understand your mother tongue easily, you can easily grasp English. So it is hard for them to read English.
People has heard that there's this organization that would give them new books, and then for the first time the possibility of getting books in their own language. And I think that makes Biblionef unique, is that we really give good books and good new books.
The new books were donated by Biblionef, and then we also have some second-hand books donated by private instances.
A book has got a special smell, and I can still identify today with my first day when I walked into a library. I think I was in my second year at school, second or third year, and that smell still is present with me.
We want to set up a farm library with some of the farm workers. Biblionef has bought the books and donated the books to them, and now the next process is for the books to be covered with plastic cover so that they can last longer. And today we are training some of the farm workers on how to cover the books.
We are trying our best to get all of these people involved, because if they are involved, they'll more appreciate it.
I was standing in front of Samla Library. It's a resource center. Feel it life to read project. Its focus is to assisting caregivers and parents to be able to teach children to read and write. Yes, through storytelling, reading exercises, drama exercises. Giving them books that the Biblionef has made available.
So it's my duty to supervise management of the library, the volunteers, see that it's open on time, etc. I think this blue thing that stands here inspires. Symbolically, it uplifts the community. People are constantly reminded of something that has never been there and is now there. And for that one cannot thank Biblionef South Africa more than enough.
We lived in a little free state town.
When Biblionef came along and she said, well, we'll involve you in the project, but you must now print books for us.
They've sent us books in Afrikaans, and the same book is, for instance, in English, as well as in Xhosa, Venda, or any of the other 11 languages. And we would translate them into Braille for them. And then they distribute.
When we have a formal book handover, there's normally a funder involved or donor that gave special money for the handover. So we would like to acknowledge that donor or invite them to the handover to see what we have done with their money. To the executive of the South African Children's Book Forum, in the person of Mr. J. Hill, I want to say welcome to this occasion.
We have been working to get books for Africa. And it isn't often that we see the people to whom those books are going to be given.
The fact that the reading of our learners is actually improving.
I feel much closer to the people, and I can actually tell them face to face what is expected from them, how we can build the relationship further.
Thank you for the opportunity that you gave us to be part of this project. We do appreciate this.
As our job is to donate books to people. It's Christmas all year at Biblionef. So. Biblionef can only do the work that we're doing for the poor and for the children that don't have books if we get support from corporates and people making donations to Biblionef. Funders are normally acknowledged. If they paid for a printing book, we put the name in front of the book to say this book was made possible by a certain funder. That is when the books was printed. Other ways of acknowledging funders is to put it on the box of the book or so on, and even to put a poster up when we do this handover.
Books. Why? Because it's nice to read books. It calms you down, like angry. For me, when I'm angry, I like to read books.
It's something special to be able to read, to understand, and to gain knowledge.
there's still lots of work to do in South Africa. So we have only started to touch a big problem.
All the people out there, I just want to tell you, read books and then your mind will, then you can read more books.